Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes...
No, man, you're thinking of...
A few moments later.
So we have week 1 in the books. Quite a shocker we have coming from Big Dick Nick. I mean, he just owns fucking Tom Brady every single time, right? Every single time, like no question. I don't know how they pulled it out. It was a close game. The Bears, I'm not saying they're a threat, but the Bears, hey, shit. Look out for them, bruh. Look out for them. And then also just a quick disclaimer I want to throw out there. So I know my week 5 predictions are coming pretty late, especially since the first game's already happened between Tampa and Chicago. I mean, I guess this is my first prediction video of all time, not only just a year, especially starting in week 5 with a random week to start, right? But I was just bored in my room, drunk and alone, always wanting to make NFL videos, especially since I'm always playing Madden, watching football, talking about it with my friends, doing whatever. Just my drunk and lonely self was finally like, you know, it's time to start making these videos. So let's get back to it. So with our first game, we have the Panthers visiting the Falcons in Atlanta. I mean, this game to me at least is a no contest. I'm not too sure the point spread was, but I'm sure it's massive. Atlanta, the only concern Atlanta really has is Todd Gurley and Julio Jones. Obviously, two primary pieces. They didn't practice throughout this whole week, but I mean, they have Matt Ryan. He's guaranteed to throw 4,000 yards every season. He's already putting up points. The Falcons have been all year, but they just can't close out the games. I have no concern that they're going to blow out these Panthers, especially without a quarterback. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, and then without CMC. I mean, he's literally one of the best halfbacks in the game. Plus, I didn't even mention Calvin Ridley, who's been having a career year so far. You guys know that, especially if you have him on your fantasy team. You know, I'm not going to lie. I drafted him in like the 5th or 6th round of my league, and I'm like, yo, I'm kind of fucked on my receivers. He, up to week 4, he was leading the charge. Now he's ranked 3, at least in my league, ESPN. So with all that being said, I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Panthers 42-24. That's what I'm saying, for sure. What else can be said about this game that really hasn't? I really think this can be a game of the year. Who would have thought Buffalo and the Titans can have a game of the year? Josh Allen, obviously, front runner for MVP through 4 games. Cole Beasley coming over in the offseason, having a career year, set to hit 1,000 yards this season. Don't even mention Stephon Diggs coming over, already leading at 400 or 500 yards. I believe he's ranked 1 for receivers so far through 5, if I'm not mistaken. Through 4, I apologize. Plus Devin Singletary, the halfback, only has 1 touchdown this season so far, but I expect that to change during this game for sure, because both of these teams have a middle-of-the-pack defense, so I wouldn't expect a whole lot of defensive crazy plays. And definitely not to take anything away from what the Titans are doing. I love what the Titans are doing with Ryan Tannehill. Derrick Henry is probably my favorite halfback in the league. He just reminds me of some old school football. Just, you know, take what you need. You need a yard, you take it. Just go smash them. Go fucking get it. You know, I love Derrick Henry. Also, I'm going to say he's going to eclipse 1,000 yards this season just like he did last. Even with them coming in to upset the Patriots in that playoff game earlier this year, I still have Buffalo going big. They're going to win this division, especially with New England not being as powerhouse as they were. But we'll get to that later. Let's get ready for some Tuesday Night Football, baby. This game is going to be played on a Tuesday. I'm taking the Bills, obviously, in a shootout, though. Close game. I could see it going either way, but I'm taking the Bills 42-35. Now, all I have to say about this matchup is I'm a Raiders fan, and I can almost guarantee chalk up 2 L's every single year. This was before even Patrick Mahomes' time. I'll tell you, just look at Derek Carr's numbers at Arrowhead since he's joined the league. 27-56 for 222 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. 2015, 21 for 33, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. 2016, 17 for 41, 117 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. 24 for 41, 2017. 211, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. 2018, he went 24 for 33, 185, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 2019, 12 for 21, 152 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not a great track record at all. And I mean, these Chiefs are the best team I've ever seen playing football I've ever seen in my life. So if any team's going to go undefeated, it's going to be this team. And I'm sure you guys recall a couple weeks ago, Derek Carr came out saying, "I'm sick and tired of being disrespected." Well, Carr, you cannot be putting up these numbers as a 6, 7, 8-year quarterback, as a veteran at this point. Putting up these numbers. Of course, you're going to get this disrespect. You're going to get this hate. You're getting it from me as a Raiders fan. I love the Raiders, but I'm a realistic fan. We need better. And if you want to stop feeling disrespected, now's your chance to prove it. You have one chance, and this is it. This game opened up as Kansas City as a 14-point favorite, and I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. I'm going to say Raiders 17. I'm going to say Chiefs 42. This game, not a whole lot to say either. Just a really good team versus not a very good team, not a very healthy team. I can honestly just say Devontae Harris, Drew Lock, Philip Lindsay, and Jerry Jeudy, and end the segment there. No healthy players. Injury bugs been getting Denver. Denver was actually a playoff, not a favorite, but predicted to make the playoffs by a lot of analysts coming into the year. But around week 2, week 3, all those injuries added up. Starting quarterbacks going down, and then just things not going in their favor. And I believe Cam Newton's set to play this Monday anyway, so I would not even expect a contest in this game. That being said, I'm taking Cam Newton and his Patriots against the Broncos, 31-10. And up next, we have the Carson Wentz-led Eagles going to Pittsburgh, taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers. Honestly, this one's a little bit biased. I hate Philly. I hate Carson Wentz. I've never liked Carson Wentz. I know I shouldn't be saying this, trying to be analytical. I feel like he's just never been there. He can never finish a full 16-game season. He's always injured. He's always out. I mean, the Eagles are just finding ways to lose anyway. And I mean, the Steelers are a good ball team. James Conner's a rising star. Ben Roethlisberger will get what's done to win, but he won't get what's done to win in the playoffs. So I'm taking Pittsburgh to win. This is going to be a boring game. I mean, I believe this is going to be some very sloppy football. The problem is I can see Philly winning by 14. I can also see Philly losing by 14. So I've just seen the Steelers win. I know what they can do. Carson Wentz, you never know what you're going to get week in and week out. So give me the Steelers, and we're going to do 31 to about 17. This game, I just feel bad for, man. Dwayne Haskins got fired from his job for no reason. You know, he's had 3 different coaches in 3 different seasons, and he went like, what, 8-11? So not terrible. He's done as good as he can with what he's given, you know what I mean? And he gets fucking benched for Alex Smith. Honestly, I'm not expecting a lot from this game either. I'm expecting LA to go out there and have a day. LA is going to win this game for sure and keep it competitive against Seattle in their division. But I really don't expect nothing crazy from this game either. I think it's kind of going to be a boring game. We really expected Washington to be a hot team. You know, it's funny. Like through week 1, 2, and 3, I believe, everybody was like, "Yo, Washington's kind of fire." But past couple weeks, not so much. And then going into week 5, definitely gets the Rams. The Rams have something to prove here with all that star power, all those names they have. They're going to close out the win. They're going to have to get this. I'm going to say we're going to give Washington 14, and then we're going to give the Rams 35. So far through 4 weeks, we've seen Joe Burrow ball. And I mean ball. He's thrown about 1,100 yards so far to Lamar Jackson's 700. And obviously, to this point, we definitely know that Joe Burrow is the inferior quarterback to Lamar Jackson, at least through their careers so far. This is obviously Joe Burrow's first year. But Lamar Jackson and his Ravens only converted 19 times out of 45 attempts on third down conversions, which is not even a 50% rate. So I think if the Bengals defense can keep him at that third down and get him off the field, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, they can take over this game and easily get the upset. I'm going to say Bengals 24-21, just by this much though. I can definitely see the Ravens taking over this game very quick and Joe Burrow being too flustered as it is just his first year in the league. But I'm definitely going to stick with the Bengals in this pick. I'm riding with them out. I would love to see Joe Burrow get this confidence and get this win for his Bengals. So to my surprise, a lot of people are taking the Browns in this game. Indianapolis did open up as a 1-point favorite. I mean, nothing crazy. I could see this game going either way. I will take Indianapolis in this game at the end. I just think they're much better overall defense. I love Darius Leonard. He's going to be the next star on defense for sure in this league. But I really like the confidence that these Browns have. I mean, they got shit on 38-6 by Baltimore week 1. You know, the next 2 weeks they played Cincinnati and Washington. Took care of Cincinnati just by 5. Single-handedly took care of Washington by 2 touchdowns. And then obviously last game against Dallas, I think OBJ got his swagger back on this one.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
But that game was definitely a lot closer than it had to. I believe they were up 41-13 going into the 4th quarter, and they almost threw the game. So that definitely plays a little part, just like the Falcons. It's got to be in their head. But I think if these Browns can use that confidence, they can barely beat out the Colts. I'm really liking the direction this team's going. Baker seems like he's getting more mature, becoming more of a team player, stepping in the right direction. I really like where this is going so far throughout 4 weeks. Really exciting time to be a Browns fan. And we mean it this time, bro. 2018, 2019, we were saying it. Now we're actually seeing the on-field production, which is really nice. But I think I like Phillip Rivers and the Colts just a tad bit more. Phillip Rivers has been there. He's a proven quarterback. As much as I hate him being a Raiders fan, he throws an ugly ball too. I got to take Indianapolis. They're tried and true. But I would love to see the Browns win more than anything, for sure. Everybody's so quick to say, let's hit the panic button. With Dallas, what are you doing? It's the whole NFC East, the Giants, the Eagles, the Redskins, the Washington football team. What's going on in that division? I look at these Cowboys, and I am still afraid. They played Los Angeles. You know, it's been a little bit of a rivalry back since the past couple years, since these teams came into relevance again. They lost by 3 points, a field goal, in week 1. So what? Anybody loses in week 1. It happens. Next, they go on to barely notch out Atlanta. Atlanta has the most points scored throughout these 4 weeks, and they have nothing to show for it. They are 0-4, but they consistently put up these points. Atlanta's not a bad football team. They just can't close up the game. This Cowboys offense has been a lot better than its 1-3 record says. Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, they have Dak Prescott dropping back to pass at one of the highest rates in the NFL through 4 weeks. So he's definitely getting that protection. Even though that O-line's a little banged up, Tyron Smith actually just went out today, I believe. I have no concern that these Cowboys are going to lose to the Giants whatsoever, especially those weapons. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, going even to Cedric Wilson, which might be a big player, slot receiver for this game. Ezekiel Elliott, expect him to run the ball a lot. Daniel Jones, they're not going to be able to do a whole lot. Saquon Barkley's out for the year. You guys already know. This Giant team season's kind of over anyway, so I expect this is when the Cowboy season starts to pick up and start turning around.
Kelly remains in there. Fake it again. Herbert, deep drop, looking to uncork the deep ball. And he's got the separation. Touchdown, Tyron Johnson.
I'm very excited, man. Very excited. It's going to be a great Monday night matchup that nobody's talking about. Well, LA is 1-3. New Orleans coming in at 2-2 records so far. I really think that Justin Herbert's the next star in the NFL. I've had so much fun watching him through the first 3 weeks, I guess last 3 weeks. He didn't play week 1, but he's already just shy of eclipsing 1,000 yards. He's just 70 short. No doubt, obviously, he's going to clear that here. I'm expecting 300 to 400 yards, especially against the Saints beat-up defense. They don't know what they're doing. Their only really standout player is going to be Cam Jordan and Malcolm Jenkins. Plus their new addition, Patrick Robinson. I'm liking him so far. Definitely expect him to make a little bit of an effort on the field. But Justin Herbert's just been so much fun, so electrifying. Austin Eckler, obviously you have Keenan Allen leading the pack at 327 yards for him. And then Austin Eckler right behind, 248. I expect a lot of offense in this game. a lot of offense in this game. Michael Thomas has been back now. Expect him to put up big numbers. This is going to be a shootout. There's not going to be any defensive play. This is going to be a really fun Monday night, one of the most funny night games we've had in a long time, I suspect. And I really expect this to be a make or break game for the Saints. Saints are 2-2 throughout 4 weeks, which is obviously a quarter of the season already, which is insane. They lost to my Raiders on Monday night a couple weeks back, and then the following weekend to Green Bay by 7. Competitive game. Still took the L, and this week they were able to bounce back from Detroit, I guess last weekend at this point. But this is it. This is Drew Brees' last year. They're going all in, Super Bowl or bust this year, and through 4 games, I am seeing bust. And especially on this Monday night game, they have to prove if they are legit or not. If they lose this Monday night game, I suspect them to finish the season 8-8 at best. I really don't think that they can do much if they end up losing to these Chargers on Monday night. So, with that being said, give me the Saints 42-35 in a really fun shootout game. We're going to see a whole bunch of points coming from Herbert, a whole bunch of points coming from Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees, obviously Michael Thomas. So, it's going to be a fun one, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.